what's going on guys? This is Kek back here with another Alamo Jam video, and in today's video guys I'm going to be giving you all some pretty useful and good tips on how you can actually build your rarity and get quote unquote rare in Alamo Jam. But before I do get into the video, I want to announce today's video giveaway, which if you don't know is for a tan headdress. All you need to do to be entered into this giveaway is first of all like the video, subscribe to my channel with notifications on, and lastly let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below, as well as your Alamo Jam username. This giveaway does end when I reach 5,000 subscribers, yeah, let's get right into the video. So just to start us off, I kind of referenced just there a giveaway, which is a pretty useful method on getting rare. What I suggest most of you can do is you can go on YouTube or Instagram or even Discord sometimes, but for YouTube anyway, you can just look up Alamo Jam giveaway and sort by video dates, which I would recommend do last hour or today or even this week, so you can see the newest uploaded videos under the title Alamo Jam giveaways, so you can enter in if they don't actually gain more traction and could possibly lead you to actually winning some giveaways for good items. On Instagram it's the same. I know most people make you like repost posts for giveaways, which you can just use a throwaway account for. Honestly, I've seen a number of people, do that with alternate accounts. They just use them purely for giveaways. And Discord servers, there's like tons of Alamo Jam Discord servers. You can just search one on YouTube, and pretty active ones end up doing giveaways almost every day. I know one, I think the one owned by Marycat does, and yeah, that's a pretty useful way on getting rares also. Now the next one here, obviously you probably all know, just simply do adventures. Honestly, if you're a member, you can do the Forgotten Desert adventure, which awards you with pretty good dem betas or even spike collars, spike wristbands, long and shorts if you're lucky enough, and you can easily grind this with a group or even by yourself. You can get all these items, and even if you don't have membership, you can go to the Phantom Portal and do it on hard mode, which if you don't know awards with clothing betas. You can get warm blankets and even black warrants, which usually go for typically a lot in the clothing beta department anyway. And what you can do with those clothing betas, you can build them up to den betas, and then you can build them den betas up to spikes, and then more spikes to more spikes, and build those spikes up to bigger items. It might be a lengthy process, but it's definitely worth it in the end result anyway, I believe. Another tip is to buy items that are going on clearance. Now I used to anyway, while items going on clearance, I'd usually buy a couple of them in case they actually do end up never returning to stores, and then later down the road they actually gained rarity. Like this has happened numerous amount of times with, some people call them dem betas, but some people call them uncommon items. Either way, some of these items went for huge amount of worth, and it's definitely something to consider if you do have like a lot of gems. So yeah, there was a couple den items that were on clearance there. Same with clothing items as well, not just den items. I'm sure there is, yeah, as you can see, beaded necklace going on clearance here, and maybe there might be some collectors that are looking for those items and might give actual like dem betas for them even, which is pretty much just profit instantly. And honestly, I would suggest the same for underwater items, because never do people check the underwater item stores, if at all. And there's pretty rare underwater items, like the depth charge. That wasn't, I don't think, rare until like last year, and people didn't know it wasn't in stores anymore probably until last year. And like, one of the colors is like one of a kind because people barely go underwater, and it's presumed that it's never going to come back either. So that's definitely some other items you can definitely gain worth from if they never return to stores. And lastly, this doesn't necessarily happen anymore, but it usually did. It was very prominent in like 2013, 14, those kind of times on Alamo Jam. Glitched items in stores. Now there was like one time in like 2017 or 2018, I believe, with like a spike collar, the ancient spike collar, but it ended up getting recalled. Everybody lost the original glitched version of the item. But like an example would be the magenta furry. People bought them in the Shavir shop, and the white variant actually appeared as magenta because of a color code error on behalf of Alamo Jam. Now I don't think they're actually in stores, but another example would be in Epic Wonders with the glitched ring. As we do know now that there's actually 3 glitched rings, but 2 of the glitched rings were actually sold in Epic Wonders back in the day, and there was 2 variants. one that looks very close to these kind of two variants mixed together, I guess, and the other one looking like a proper seafoam green almost kind of color with a black dot. I'll put pictures on screen, of course. And lastly, kind of touching off the last point here, if you notice like an item that kind of looks unusual and you look it up and it's not in stores anymore, definitely take the plunge and trade for it. If you think that it has potential in it and it might become rare in the future, you know, a prominent example of this, and it actually paid off hugely, would be with the glossy Cupid wings. You know, Wootmoo noticed this the first time, and he noticed when Cupid wings actually went out of stores and they came back differently, and he invested into the other kind of glossy Cupid wings, and he pretty much got hugely rare from it because people noticed that he was collecting them, and then they saw, oh wait, these are different, and he made a video which exploded the worth even more for them. So items just like that, even, or just collector items in general, honestly, if you noticed an item hasn't come back in a while into stores and you notice somebody has it on their trade list, try trade for it. It might end up getting rare in the future. A lot of these items ended up getting rare out of nowhere, so I would definitely recommend you do that. And lastly, this is kind of just not something that really happens as usual, but code items such as like birthday cakes. I doubt this 9th birthday cake will get rare probably ever, because a lot of people actually redeem, you know, these codes nowadays. But like codes you notice for like items in general, I would recommend getting at least 5 of them in case they do potentially ever get rare. You know, back in the day I did that with 1st and 2nd birthday cakes, and it did pay off hugely, even if I did end up losing my items because I got banned. However, a lot of people are attracted by that and they are very sought after. So I think that's gonna wrap up the video here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned some tips, and maybe they might come to use for you all. Personally, that's what I used anyway. That's kind of the guideline I used. It's what I kind of did. And yeah guys, I'm just gonna wrap up the video here. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you did enjoy today's video. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below, and leave a like on it if you did enjoy. And I will catch you guys in the next one.